Hi, this is Sana Carpellotti again, back here for part three of the discussion we've been having about getting stuck in our lives, about different issues, whether it's personal, career, relationships, uh, domestics, or any simple um, thing that you want to change in your life or anything that you want to achieve. So through these last couple of sessions, I offered you some new perspectives on the value of being stuck, and also we began to process a little bit of the experience that you created within yourself. It's important to know, I think, that we all get stuck at some point in our lives. All of us do. And if you begin to take a proactive approach anytime that you notice this pattern, then you can develop a curiosity and an interest in what's happening internally and how you can, and also how you influence being stuck, and also the importance of taking strategic steps if it's called for at that time. So getting interested, being curious is really an important piece of finding the right approach and strategies for you to take so that you can kind of step out of it or begin generating some energy towards what it is that you want to achieve. So so today, this is the third part, I created an experience that will help you to begin this movement and to clear away some negativity, as well as to move toward the solution. Now, having said that, I think it's important to know that sometimes even after we clear the negativity or what the stuckness is about, it's important to realize that sometimes you have to land a little bit and allow the solutions to come towards you. So if you feel stuck in a certain area or a little jammed up in some aspect of your life, feel free to return back, to watch this again so that you can kind of clear and maybe gain a new perspective on what it is that you really need to do and the value and importance that this experience has in your life. Because remember, and I know this is something that's hard for us to swallow sometimes, because I know when I discovered this many, many years ago, that we create our internal experience has nothing to do with what happened out here, because we all have a unique perspective and life experience that we carry to the table. So, so today, what you're going to experience is a general approach that I created for you that will allow you to begin, number one, experience what processing is about for you. Hi, Andrea. Thanks for the thumbs up. Ron Feschak, nice to see you as well. And so we are going to also look at, I'm going to teach you a heart-brain coherence technique. We're going to do some breath work. And the best thing that I can suggest to you is to follow along. I'm going to give you a very abbreviated version of emotional freedom technique, also known as the tapping. Now, some of you might know what this is about, but because it's gaining a momentum in the last several years, and for really good reason, because it's one of the most effective tools that I use. I tap every day on pressure points for myself as well as clients. Now, I do have to admit that when my peers, my colleagues were suggesting that I learn EFT back in 2004, I was rolling my eyes, because I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to tap on these pressure points and I'm going to feel better. Okay, so I just to give you a little recap, I I actually learned the technique, and there's also many unlimited ways to apply EFT to any life situation: mind, body, social, personal, anything, even pain reduction. So I learned EFT, and I had a client from North Carolina, and she, the call was scheduled for 10 o'clock, and I sent her the points that we're going to tap on, and I said, just be ready, and I understand this is my first time doing this. And so she calls at the right time, at the appointment time, and she's in the middle of a panic attack. And I said, okay, let's just do EFT. Okay, so we jumped in and we tapped around one round, and she identified it. She rated it as a 10 on a scale of 0 to 10, which we're going to do in a minute. And she said it was at a 10 because she couldn't breathe. She was having just a lot of trouble. I could hear it in her voice. And so we did one round of EFT, and then there was silence. And I just kind of sat back and I started tapping on myself because I didn't know what happened. And about a minute later, she says, "Where did it go?" And it was in that second, in that moment, that I said, I need to dive into this technique and apply it and use it and play with it and teach myself and learn from the best who are doing EFT out there, especially Gary Craig. He's the creator of EFT. So I have been doing EFT since 2004, and I can tell you, you can apply it literally to anything. So emotional freedom technique, and you can Google it. There's all sorts of YouTubes and so forth that you can apply and follow along with, which is what you're going to do today here. So EFT, it stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And Gary Craig, who created EFT, and I want to read exactly what he says. I put it here. He says that the cause of all negative emotions is a disruption in the body's electrical energy system. So EFT doesn't solve the problem. What it does is that it changes your internal state so that you are calmer and energy and electrical activity is flowing through your body and all of your channels open up. And the one way that I describe it is that it opens your vision and your senses to include all that is around you, and it also opens up your insights and dives into the subconscious to extract what you have done in the past. Because if all of us, we've all solved problems in the past, and we can transfer and use those resources to help ourselves even when we're feeling a little stuck. So this may be your first experience using EFT, so just bear with me. And what I'm going to show you right now are the points that we're going to tap on. Now, again, this is a very abbreviated version, and because there's a lot of training that gets involved, and we can look at doing that down the road if that's something that you're interested in doing. So you're going to tap on pressure points using 3 fingers, okay, and it can be of either hand. Okay, so we're going to begin by tapping at the karate chop point right here. So you're going to simply just tap like this. If you want to move around with me, but I'm going to be doing it with you and saying certain things. So just stay with me. And as I talk to you, you are going to repeat back to me you're going to repeat back what I say. Now, if you're in the company, and this point is right on this bone right here on the side of the eye, okay, then you're going to go under the eye, okay, under the nose, the chin, okay, the collarbone, okay, and the armpit, right here where the bra strap crosses for women. Okay, and then sometimes I go to the top of the head, okay, and then back here at the karate chop point. Okay, so um, so if you're in the presence of somebody and some personal things come up for you, feel free to just whisper or think about what you want to say, because EFT, although I believe that you need to talk out because it changes position placement in the brain when you speak the words, and it goes in through the auditory, through the ears, and back into the brain. So but if you need to think for some reason, by all means just think what I tell you to think. Okay, so what I want you to do, the other thing is, if you're driving or listening in the car, please just turn this off right now, because I would be concerned for your safety, because we're going to be going into a relaxed state here some, and it's important that you are grounded and sitting in a chair in your house or in your office. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to put your attention on something that you feel a little stuck about, or that you just feel a little jammed up, or you want to clear something that's been on your mind. So do that now. Just think about something that's bothering you and that you don't know what to do about it. You feel sort of stuck. It doesn't have to be major, at least right now. Okay, you got it? Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to give yourself a rating in intensity from 0 to 10. 10 being is you feel it really intensely. Now, you might have noticed that just putting your attention on whatever this issue is for you changes your state immediately. You feel it in your body, what's happening behind your eye, in your thinking and your feelings in your heart, and you might notice constriction in the body. So just pay attention to how you feel, because that's important as we progress. Okay, so you have your rating from 0 to 10. Okay, so now I want you to breathe in. I want you to hold this state, and I want you to just begin tapping here. Okay, and I want you to breathe into the count of 5 and hold your breath to the count of 3, and then exhale from 7. So breathe in nice and slow. Pause for the count of 2 or 3, and then exhale from 7. Ease breath out slowly. Okay, so we're going to stay on this point for several minutes, and I'm going to say some things, and if you're able, say out loud what I say, and we're going to land on this pressure point right here at the collarbone, right under the collarbone, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak what is specific to you, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Okay, so are you ready? So let's dive in here. I'm excited to share this with you. So we're all tapping on the karate chop point. Okay, so I'm stuck, and I have been for a while, and I don't know what to do about it. So go ahead and say that. Okay, I give myself permission to be right where I am, even though I don't like it, nor do I want to be in this holding place I'm in. Say that. I want to be done with it. Yet every time I think about it, I can feel it in my body, my mind, my heart, and my life. Every time I think about it, I can feel it in my body, my mind, my heart, and my life. I find myself feeling frustrated, angry, and sometimes I complain to myself and others about the situation and how stuck I feel. I complain to myself and others about this situation and the stuckness I feel. I allow myself to become aware of my behaviors, habits, and internal experiences. I allow myself to become aware of my behaviors, habits, and internal experiences related to that feeling of being stuck. Related to that feeling of being stuck. So even though I don't know how to free myself right at this minute, and I feel like I've been stuck for way too long and I don't know what else to do. I'm doing the best I can. I open myself to possible solutions. In the world around me, and to the resources within me that I have. Okay, so now we're going to move around the face. So we're going to tap right at the edge of the eyebrow. I feel stuck. Actually, I'm going to change hands. I feel stuck. Okay, side of the eye on that bone. Okay, and it scares me. I don't like it when this happens and when I feel this way. Repeat after me and follow me, those of you who have just joined on. Kevin, Carol, Lori, Melinda. Hello. Okay, so now we're going to move down under the nose. Every time I think about being stuck, I experience different feelings. What if I never get through this? What if this is just who I am? Okay, so now we're going to go down to the collarbone point. The collarbone, if you place your finger right here into the hole of the neck here, and you're going to go out to the collarbone, and you're going to roll right under the collarbone. What if this is just how I am? That scares me too. Okay, so this is a fear-based point. It's the last meridian point on the kidney meridian line. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your attention on the stuckness that you feel. And I want you to just talk out for 20, 30 seconds, some aspects of it that you've been noticing about yourself as you've been thinking about it. The things I've been saying here have been general and yet probably feel very resonant for some of you. So just tap here and take 20 seconds to be specific about the situation that you feel stuck about so that you can add to this a personal touch. So I'm going to sit quietly for 20 seconds while you tap and talk out what's relevant to your specific situation. Okay, we're going to get ready to move in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to go to the armpit. Okay, is this feeling of stuckness familiar? Say that. Okay, is it a pattern, something that I have done before? This is the armpit. Oh, you can't see very well there. Is it something I've done before? So back to the karate chop point. I open myself to understand what this stuckness is about for me. Even though I may not want to go there, go ahead and repeat. And I realize that if I continue to stay stuck and do nothing, at least I know where I am. Okay, back to the collarbone. I don't like this place I'm in, and I'm ready to be done with it. I'm ready to release all fears and emotions around this feeling of stuckness. I have the strength within me to resolve this. I have lots of support, other people, and resources to assist me if I need them. Okay, so now I want you to put your hands on your heart. Okay, and I want you to breathe in for the count of 5 and exhale and place your attention right on the heart center as if you are breathing in and out of this space. So just breathe in and out 5 times. Okay, so let's go back to the karate chop point. Okay, you're tapping with 3 fingers on the karate chop point of either hand. So again, repeat after me. So even though I feel some stuckness in this moment, I feel stuck for some good, maybe outdated reason that I may or may not need to know and understand. I explore what I explore what I need to about this situation and do what is right for me with what I know in this moment. It's okay for me to change my mind. as I learn more information or as I grow wiser. I choose when I choose the actions I take and when I take them. What if it's true that feeling stuck has meaning and value? For my growth and evolution. Am I willing to take the risks of creating this change for myself? I open myself to discover in its value within me. And how I can create a strong movement from within myself out in my life. Okay, so we're going to move to the I. I'm resistant to change because I like to have some control in my life. The preoccupation, my preoccupation with how I feel has prevented me from seeing and experiencing possible solutions. That was a little long, I'm going to repeat it. My preoccupation with how I feel about this situation has prevented me from seeing possible solutions and experiencing them. I give myself permission to stay right where I am until I'm ready to take that first step. I feel safe enough to take one small step and breathe. What if it's true that I can begin to free myself by changing one perspective to take one action and to consider other solutions, even if they are far-fetched? I can discover my next step or the actions I choose to take, if any, even if I feel afraid. I stop telling myself that I'm stuck. I change the narrative that describes how I feel, from that of being stuck to being solution-oriented. Okay, so we're going to go back to the collarbone point, and I want you to take another 15 seconds and add to this anything that you feel is still personal for you that we may not have addressed here, so that you can clear through any fears or worries or thought patterns that you have. So I'm going to sit quietly for about 15 seconds or so. So go ahead and talk out what is important for you. Changing my narrative frees me. I choose my words carefully so that I create and associate. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking too fast. Changing my narrative frees me. I choose my words carefully. And I associate positivity and strength with this situation. Okay, so we're going to start moving again around the face. Okay, what if it's true that a part of me already knows what I need to do and is ready to take a step? I take that step whenever I'm ready, no matter what I'm feeling. I'm doing the best I can. I'm ready to free myself. I don't need to have it resolved right this minute and know all the pieces right now. So as we tap on the collarbone here, I'm going to say, I'm ready to, and I want you to finish that sentence. I am ready to what? I am ready to continue tapping. I have solved problems in the past with success. I use my personal resources and skills to help me resolve this situation. I give myself all the time I need. I identify the feelings that I might have under the arm, ask myself questions, get interested and curious, and even allow myself to do nothing if necessary. I can rest, I can stop. I can inquire, talk to others about their solutions. Okay, back to the top of the head. I tune into myself and notice when my mind, body, and heart are messaging me. I stop fighting myself, and I give myself permission to release all tension and negativity that I contain within myself. I let it go. I clear the way so that I can discover what I need and what's important for me today, now. Back to the top of the head. Being stuck has value that teaches me. Even when I'm not clear of the reason it exists, it coexists with the problem. I have within me everything I need to resolve this within myself and to create the changes I want when I'm ready. Okay, so now put your hand on your heart center again. And I want you to breathe in for the count of 5. Exhale to the count of 5, 5 times. Place your attention here. You can close your eyes if you want. One more breath. Now, I want you to allow your mind to drift to a time when you were successful at resolving a problem. At any time, any age, anywhere, something that you just put your attention on it and you found the solution. And just allow your mind to be there in that place. Run it like a movie in your mind. Where you were, what you were doing, how you resolved whatever situation you were presented with. We all have qualities and traits and characteristics that help us move and pass through the day. So we did this in the first part 1. I want you to project forward an image of yourself experiencing and expressing those qualities, traits, or characteristic that you have. It can be one thing that you feel is a strong suit for you. Maybe you're honest, or you have a lot of integrity, or you're good at follow through, or you you like to research and that excites you. Whatever it is that gives you energy that you're known for. So project an image right maybe 3-4 feet in front of you and see that part of you. See that part of you that is strong and feels competent and confident. And now, in front of her or him, create like a something to symbolize the struggle or the stuckness that you had experienced. It could be an item. It could be a picture of somebody. It could be a situation, a place. Now allow that part of you, the strong part of you, the trait that you chose, to look and allow the struggle, the stuckness to be present, and to just allow it. And you might notice solutions coming forward through the lens of this very resourced part of yourself. And you can do that anytime that you want as a way to help you to resolve any kind of situation. So what I want you to do now is that as we begin to wrap up, again, you can go back and review this at any time, is even if it's later or tomorrow, if you feel like you need to kind of take a look at it again. But for now, just rate where you are with the feeling of stuckness that you had at the beginning, and notice what has happened. From 0 to 10, you're going to rate 10 being the highest stress, 0 being nothing. Just put your attention on the situation that you presented a little while ago, and notice what has happened and how it feels internally. You might have noticed some change, a lot of change, or no change. And I wouldn't be concerned if you experience no change, because sometimes things take a few rounds, and so don't be concerned about that. I had a client here some time ago, and we went about 10 rounds before it budged. Especially for him, there was a pretty intense emotional overlay, with regard to the situation. So just continue and persevere and do these things that I offer here to assist you to begin processing through. So the final thing that I want to suggest to you is, as you move through the rest of your day, put your attention on one good thing that has come out of you being stuck, or you having gone through this process, so that you can hold that and begin to embrace the change that you want to experience, and then decide on the value and the meaning that it has for you personally. So as this unfolds and expands in the next couple of days, because as we said earlier, we are in an energetic electrical system, and as you clear away tension, you'll begin to expand. And I wouldn't be surprised if a solution or a word or a person or a certain situation kind of presents itself to you, because it's easy to not see things that are right in front of us as a possible solution when we are preoccupied with our own internal processing that's going on. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm hoping to talk with you all next week about my life-changing experience with Camp Erin, which was a 3-day camp for children who are grieving. It was literally a life-changing experience for me, and I don't have it all integrated yet, and I'm more than happy to share some things that happened through that time. So anyway, I love you all, and I thank you for bearing with me while I'm in this learning curve of doing lives. And I'm so grateful. Hi, Mary, Kathy, Carol, Bob, and Bill, Mike, Tamar, Susan. Thank you all for coming by and staying here and listening. I really am very grateful. So let me know how you're doing in the upcoming days or anytime. You can email me at Sana, I'll put it here, sana43@mac.com, or just send me a message on Facebook. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.